Today we're looking at this power bank from MOVESPEED. This is definitely one of the biggest power banks I've ever owned. In this video, I'm going to tell you why you would even consider something this big. Let's get into it. I reviewed a number of power banks on this channel, and the common theme with most of those power banks have been portability and compactness. Now today we're going a little bit different direction. My name is Patrick and this is Everyday Tech for everyday people. Today we're looking at the MOVESPEED M25 Pro power bank. Now full disclosure, MOVESPEED did reach out to me, asked me if I take a look at this product. Although they did offer it to me for free, they're not seeing this video before it goes up. All my opinions are my own. The M25 Pro has a 25,000 milliamp capacity. Now this has three outputs, two USB-C ports and one USB-A port. And then actually the first USB-C port is an in port as well, which is the port you actually use to recharge this power bank. You can recharge this power bank up to 65 watts, which is pretty good for a power bank like this. One thing that makes this power bank unique is this first port and how much it outputs. It can output up to 140 watts of power. Now, of course, I don't have a device that draws that much power. Well, what this means is if you have something like a 16-inch MacBook Pro or a Windows gaming laptop that draws a lot of power and you're running out of juice or battery life, you can use this to charge up your laptop at full strength. Of course, when you plug in multiple devices here, each of the output ports, the max output goes down a little bit. Now, of course, this is the way that most people will be using it, plugging in multiple outputs or multiple devices to this one power bank. Now, here's a chart on their website that shows the different configurations and how much output is coming from each of these ports. This chart can be a little bit confusing, but just know that on paper, this has plenty of power to power all your devices. The M25 Pro does have a nice display on it. Now with power banks, you get all kinds, different levels of display or indicators on the power bank. I would say the lowest level only has lights on it, whether it be a single light that blinks, it turns red maybe if it's low in batteries, or you can have an array of lights depending on how many of array of lights. It'll be 20, 25%. It give you an estimate of how much is left. Then you go up another level, it gives you a total percentage, an actual percentage of how much power is left in the power bank. And then beyond that, the power bank can tell you how much energy is being discharged or recharged to the power bank. And this is where the M25 Pro lies. Now on the right side, it gives you a nice percentage of how much is left in the power bank. And on the left side, it'll show you how much power is being discharged or recharged to the power bank. Now, depending on if it's going in or out of the power bank, it'll give you a different animation. Now, most power banks give you the total wattage that is coming out of the power bank. This one breaks it down into amps and to volts. Now, this is kind of unusual, and this is only useful in some cases. But for me, I would rather just give me the total wattage. Of course, you could just multiply the amps and the volts, but man, you're just making me do extra math. Let me share with you a scenario of how I recently used this power bank. I recently was visiting family, and the room that we were staying in, the wall outlets were a little bit further away from the bed, and I realized I only brought one USB-C cable, and it was a short one as well. So I had my laptop and my phone that both used USB-C, but during the daytime when I needed to recharge my laptop, I use the M25, and then at nighttime I had the M25 on my nightstand and recharging my phone throughout the night. And in between, when I needed to recharge the power bank, I just plugged it into the wall and it recharged it very quickly at 65 watts. Basically, this one power bank with one short cable, it was able to meet all my charging needs. Of course, I wasn't able to charge multiple things at once, but on this trip, I didn't need to. So let me tell you some of the things I like and dislike about this power bank. First, what I like. This is a 25,000 milliamp battery with a high output that can power all my devices without any issues. Then there's a very nice display. I like seeing not only the percentage, but how much is being discharged and recharged back into the battery. Now, of course, I wish they just gave me the total wattage, but that's just a very minor gripe. But some of the things I dislike, this is on the bigger side, even with other 25,000 milliamp batteries. But of course, most of those batteries don't have a high output like this does. And then the last dislike, I would say it's a very minor one that you won't find on many power banks, is I wish it did have a built-in USB-C cable, which would make this very portable. But overall, I think the MOVESPEED M25 Pro is a great product. The main thing that it has going against it is that there's a lot of different competitors in the same space. Now, as of this recording, MOVESPEED doesn't seem to be listing this on Amazon, but I will link to the product page on their website. Overall, I think MOVESPEED does make high quality products, and I wouldn't hesitate to recommend any of their other products as well. Now, thanks again to MOVESPEED for sending this out to me. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like button, consider hitting that subscribe button. Until the next one, see ya.